Finally, the time has come. We're doing tip-up town prep. Nothing like a good old Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday night wheel bearing swap, as well as bushings and everything else in this thing. That's what Dylan's cleaning out right now. He's rubbing right there on the CBI. No good.
See, look at the hub.
Yeesh, rubbing right in there.
Clean that up.
Nothing like some good wear. So we got that going for the Mav. Probably gonna do all new bearings and the four wheels. And then the AT ski is being worked on. Like in previous videos, we talked about that had a little crash happen, and the plate right there is a little bent. I'm assuming that happened when I hit that ice heave or wherever. I endoed it, and it three-wheeler flopped and probably bent the ski like that, or landed on its side, I think. And put a gusset going up from on this side and angle it here, because I have it made so I can mount it to my front hub of my big red. So I have the axle going through with the brake hub and everything. And the brake hub, as you know, you can kind of see right here on the Nix 250 SX. So there's the lug nut side. And then you got the brake on this side. So the whole brake hub and drum mounts onto the wheel. And that's how I made it like this. Oh, you know what, Dylan? The hub's mounted on this side.
What side? That side?
So this is the side I had the hub mounted on. This is where my lug nuts were. Something to come up to here and go a little bit higher to kind of hold it so it doesn't bend again, just in case. Because now that the steel is bent, it's weak in the steel, and we don't want it to bend anymore. So this is a heavy ski. I mean, it's all steel Polaris ski with the plastic skin on it, and I got the carb on there. So Gino's got his 250 all studded up, but as of right now, there's no snow on the ground, but it's cold up there, and supposedly there's 6 inches ice. So we are going to wing it as of right now. Just get things prepped, ready to go. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So fortunately, that's how the weather's playing right now. Oh, look at that.
Freezer bearing. I really hope it's
Slide right in.
That would be badass.
Oh. Yeah. Well, good morning, everyone. We're on another saga of tip-up town prep stuff. So, like I talked about earlier, weather's not looking too decent for tip-up town this year. It's getting some warm temps. Possibly could see some ice, but we never know. So we're all kind of prepping to possibly stay off the sleds a little bit and probably go on their machines and whatnot. So my dad was getting an idea of getting himself a quad. So we've been on the search for the past few days. We're kind of looking at some different things, like some older, like 80s TRX 200 SXs, some TRX 250Xs, something like that, just for him to bomb around on the ice. And found one. It was an 86 200 SX, really nice condition. And I messaged the guy. He said, "Oh, I got a guy coming at 8 a.m. tomorrow." And I said, "Okay, just let me know if anything happens." And sometimes, holy crap, you know what? That's an Odyssey right there. Look at that. Old Honda Odyssey. Anyways, this morning, the guy with the 86 messaged back and said, "Hey, this guy didn't show. It's still available." So we show up to the place. Really nice guy. Rode it around. It's a really solid quad. And he went and bought all new front brake parts. So the front, I think, pretty sure it's got the whole brake perch, lever, all the mechanics for like the reverse and parking brake, all that stuff brand new. He ordered all from Babbitt. Spent like $240 on parts. But not only he replaced the rear brakes and stuff, he replaced the whole carrier, the whole rear carrier of the axle and everything. So it looks really clean. Rode it around, runs really good. It didn't start up at first, but figured out it needed more gas. So needs a battery, no big deal. Guy's into motorcycles and everything. So if you buy that quad, we'll throw this motorcycle lift in for free. Like, okay. So he was willing to go down in the price he had it for, and we got my dad a quad. So we're heading home right now. We'll get a video of what it looks like off the truck and show you guys what it looks like. All right, we are back in the West Michigan Motorsports headquarters. We got the quad and the motorcycle table on here. Behold, the 1986 TRX 200SX. And I tell you what, this thing is a pretty good looking original quad. A little history and info about this. This was Honda's first sport utility quad, ATV. Before this, 84 was the first year of the TRX 200. That was basically the utility machine. And then in 85, they came out with the TRX 250. Same power plant motor as a Big Red, just in quad form. And then as Honda started getting a little bit of trouble with the three-wheelers, they tried to expand their ATV market or their quad market, quad four-wheeler, whatever you want to call it. So they started coming out with new models, and then 86, they came out with this guy. This acts as a sport utility mainly because it has a semi-automatic 5-speed transmission. So no manual clutch, you know, and it's upshift. After 1985, they switched to upshift, 5 gears, and it's got reverse. And I believe, doing research, first gear is considered a super low first gear, just like the Big Reds were. You can get Honda line front racks and rear racks for these, other different options. I'd have to go through the list and see what they all had. Chain drive. Oh, and another thing, if anyone knew this, maybe you did, maybe you didn't, the power plant or the motor is the same as the 1986-87 Fat Cats, the Honda big wheels is what they were. My buddy Preston Fraser has a couple Fat Cats, and he deems them as the most dangerous Honda vehicle. Maybe he just likes to fall down on them too much. It has the pull rope recoil as a backup, and it's got electric start too. To activate the reverse is just like how a Big Red or TRX 250 is. You got the button with the lever and shift down and goes into reverse. You're probably wondering what this guy is. So in 1986, all the models of ATCs and ATVs, they decided for some reason to put steering locks on them, helmet locks. So that 86 TRX 250 I had the helmet lock, and steering lock on them. And that was the only year. 85s, they didn't do it. 87s, they didn't do it. They didn't put the locks on. People must have not liked them. So it's made so you can crank the wheels all the way, to put your key in it, lock it, anti-theft. It would be harder for people to steal. Here's all the brake shoes inside there, Honda. No, he did not go cheap on everything. He got literally all Honda's parts. I mean, brand new Honda brake lever. And he did replace the kill switch. This is the original kill switch to go with it. I'm guessing the on and off, the kill switch slide there broke off, so maybe that's why he replaced it. It is a little cracked there on the high and low. But this thing's still in decent condition. That one's pretty faded. So maybe we can probably gut the parts off, the inside parts of this one in place of this one. This one looks a whole lot better. With it still got all the color still on there. A little fade, but that can be fixed, you know. But you can swap all the internals to go inside here. And he's like, yeah, I replaced the rear brakes. The rear brakes are all new. But he not just the rear brakes, he replaced the entire carrier. That's the original carrier to go with that quad. Just swap the entire thing. I imagine he put new shoes inside. The sprocket and chain look pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised if that sprocket's new, as well as the chain might be newer too. This is not the original grab bar. It's got the flag mount there. And this thing must have hit something pretty gnarly, because where the blowout port is there for the spark arrestor. So these style mufflers have these, just like the Big Reds as well. You take the cover off right there, rev the motor up, and it gets a lot of the soot and stuff out of the spark arrestor to clean it out. Well, you see that big dent inside there. So that's missing. And also it broke a little bit there where the tail light gets mounted. Still got some old stickers on there. It's an old Michigan 1994 sticker. It's like 2010. And the plastics, I mean, original plastics, not one single crack in them. I mean, these are rider quality plastics. They got some little scratches and whatnot in them. A couple scratches in here. There is, looking over it, there is 0 cracks in these plastics. And that's another reason why my dad liked it too. Originality. It's original stickers, warning stickers. This one as well for the tire pressure. Could replace that with a new one from Blue Line Graphics. If you ever needs stickers, go to bluelinegraphics.com, Blue Line Decals. Bruce Allen will hook you up with some nice quality decals. And I mean, original seat cover has a few cuts, little holes in them, but this is the original seat cover. These screws are not OEM. They are just plastic replacements that they put all around them all. It's supposed to be this style. They changed in '86. We did pick up a new battery on our way home, so we have the battery charging over there. Air box, there's a uni air filter inside there, just needs to be cleaned up. Original carb. I'm guessing by the cleanliness of the screws on it, that carb had to have been rebuilt at one point. Hard to see here, but they look pretty clean. I mean, overall, this is a nice looking rider. This thing, when it's running, there's no tick to it. It sounds very smooth and clean. Really nice guy to deal with. You know, gave us all the parts and everything. And he goes, he's looking around. He's like, no, I'll throw in that motorcycle table for free if you buy that quad. We're like, no way. So this is an older style, I think, Harbor Freight motorcycle hydraulic lift table. And ever since I got that lift table there, Nick's been telling me, can you really find me another one? And tell him, well, if I ever find one, I'll let you know. So this is going to become my new table, and I'm going to give this one to Nick. So, of all the years, my dad finally bought a quad. Never seen the day coming. My last time my dad owned a quad was just before I was born. He had an old Suzuki 252 stroke. Like I was talking about, weather's not looking too decent for Tip-Up-Town, unfortunately. Just how the weather's been acting, and we're just gonna hope for the best. If we get, it always can change within a week or a few days. You could get cold temps and snow can dump on. You never know. It's inland lake, middle of Michigan, gets cold in inland, away from the lakes. So we could be seeing some snow, we could not be. That's why we're kind of going towards the ATV route, bringing those machines up to rip around on, because you can ride sleds on the ice. Riding on bare ice can do harm to your high facts in your rear end, and if you have ice scratchers, that helps. But it's only fun for just going straight and fast on sleds, where you can go on quads and stuff and just whip shitties and have fun, you know. Oh, Dylan has the AT ski with him. Hopefully he's gonna be strengthening that thing up and getting that ready to go. I have the tracks down there sitting there waiting to get put on the rear tires. That's all I have. Goodbye. Okay, I got the new battery in. Let's see if it does something when we turn the key. No neutral. All right, after doing a lot of digging, research online, I think I figured it out, and it's the neutral safety switch is why it's not starting. Unfortunately, on this one, unlike the Big Red, the neutral safety wires go up and they plug in down below of the machine on the right side. Guys always wonder why their lights aren't working on those, and most likely those wires are unplugged from the switches because the switches are out, exposed to the elements. Well, these ones are internal. What guys are saying on threads is you unplug them, you take a wire, ground it to the battery, and you hook the ground up to the neutral light on the harness part. So before you turn the key on, headlights would turn on, no power, no reverse or neutral lights, and no power to the switch, the starter button. Now watch as I turn the key. Oh, look at that. Neutral light. Hit the button. I got power. But usually when you shift, it goes off. No. That's because I grounded the switch. So the neutral light will stay on no matter what. Same thing happens with reverse light. If I hook up to the reverse, reverse light's on. So I'm just grounding the switches out. All right, enough messing around. I have figured it out. So, like other models of ATCs, they also don't have neutral lights. So what do they have on the side? Is an indicator that points right there. The sticker says it. I should have just looked at the sticker. So looking down, I'm like, huh, what's this? There's a neutral safety switch that's inside the motor. And there's the N. So I'm thinking, I'm like, huh, you know, on next 110, there's that little thing with the arrow on it that points to the N when it's in neutral. Well, that's definitely the issue because there's nothing there. You can see there's no splines there to put that little indicator on there too. You can see the little slot there for the circlip. So this switch is pushed into the motor because there's no indicator there holding it out. That's the issue. I think I figured it out. And because the switch is not where it's supposed to be and not activating, it's creating it so it doesn't start. All right, we got the lift table at Nick's house. Something better to work on it. Look at that, 223 cycles. What do you think?
Badass.
Nice to have a work table to put machines on and anything else. More Tip Uptown prep. I'm gonna try to work on my bike a little bit more. My tires. I don't know what Nixon do. He's gonna probably do something. It's always progress.
On my bike or the Maverick?
Yeah. The boys got her done and got all the new bushings and bearings and the suspensions. The suspension's all good to go. Next is just change
changes, spark plugs,
air filter, blah blah blah. You know, all that stuff.
we're cheap.
Okay. It's okay.
Up we go, yay! Here we go, go fast.
You went right in the oil pan! No! The oil pan stuck to the tire. We're getting bored now.
Oh yeah, baby!
Oh my god.
Go to the light. Go to the ceiling.
Who needs a legit table when we got this
One
thing?
more. One more. One more. Okay, touch it.
Turn the light off.
Oh, that's just where it is.
All right, how about that? You can work on the map.
Oh yeah.
You can go-
That's gonna be way easier.
You see here, I decided to go the cheap route of change the color of my plastics. So I bought a $10 sheet of vinyl wrap to wrap my number plates for my pitter.
100-foot roll.
It's actually 5 foot, I thought it was 100 feet. It'll still work. So I'm sitting here spending a good half hour, 45 minutes so far trying to get this stuff on my plastics. We'll see if it'll work. Worst case scenario, I just rip it off
That works.
and slap it on Dino's face.
Let me here, right here.
Look at it from here.
I see it here.
You see it? It's crooked as
Okay, we're back in the garage working on the 200SX. And there's parts everywhere. But rear plastics are back on the girl. I temporarily fixed the neutral safety switch on there. Had the wire jumping up from the battery to the neutral safety switch wire. So neutral light turns over, starts up. The tank has had some apple cider vinegar sitting in for a couple days. See what she looks like now. Ooh, look at that nastiness. Wow, that's bad. But I've been checking the ice report and it's just flat, smooth ice out there, which is cool. It'd be a lot of fun with pit bikes and studs. Gotta get them heaters going. You know why? It's starting to get cold. And it's getting cold up north too. So that means there's gonna be some ice. I'm hoping. Because last night my dad and we got his tires studded for his quad. It is crunch time getting this quad done. I gotta get the front brakes working, get the rear brakes working. Well, my pitter's ready to go. All the studs in, tires. The AT skis all welded up. Dylan did a good ass job getting the new supports in here. It's straight again, it's not bent. Got a coat of paint on there. It's gonna be a lot stronger now. Maverick's all ready to go. Just gonna slap the tracks and the ski in the Big Red, and we are ready to go have some fun. Woo! Spent a long night last night finishing this thing up. The front brakes were a pretty big pain in the butt. I ended up cleaning both the cylinders. Both of them were gummed up. I got pressure there, but it's there. It's better than nothing. Just gotta adjust the pads a little bit, fix the rear brakes, get the gas turned on, and get her loaded in the truck and take it over to my dad's house. Well, tearing apart the brakes again. Decided to mess with the adjusters in the lower part. So, I'm heating this adjuster up. It's a little bit seized, as you can see. I cleaned one, so clean it up, adjust it. That actually worked this time. Okay, it may not look like it, but the TRX 200 SX is done. We finally got everything wrapped up. Rear plastics are off just because my dad wants to put a coat of paint on the muffler, make it look a little better. So I ended up taking the front brakes apart again and cleaning them all up, and now we have hydraulic front brakes again with a lot of pressure. Cleaned up the rear brakes here so the brakes don't they were sticking a little bit. Now they're working pretty good. New rear shock on there. The old one was toast. This one's it's an aftermarket rear shock, even though it says Showa right there. We just did that for fun. But it's aftermarket clicker shock. It looks just like a Big Red shock and whatnot. So we did have to shave down the bushings a little bit just to make it fit. But all of them pretty much do that. Nice. Okay, that pretty much sums it up. We're gonna be doing a little bit more prepping. All it needs to be done is a couple of guys need to swap the tires for studs, and the Big Red needs to be converted to the AT ski, and we're ready to rip and go up north. It's gonna be fun. So fortunately the Indy 600 is not gonna make it. It is running, but we are sending that sled off to Flannery Motorsports. It's a local motorsports shop. They are very specialized in Polaris snowmobiles. They built work on race sleds for the I-500 races, really specialize in a lot of two-stroke motors. Well, they like working on the old vintage stuff too. So we called Flannery up, the Doug Flannery from there, and he said he's more than happy to work on that 600. He's just gonna go through it, check the crank bearings, possibly do a little clutch work to it as well. So that thing is gonna be a beast out there. Hope you guys enjoy the video. We're getting ready for Tip Up Town. It's gonna be next weekend, and we're gonna have some fun up there. By the way, don't forget to check out all our other videos on the channel. Subscribe to us. Check us out on social media. Do have some stickers available if anyone wants some stickers to help support the channel. Even just following us and everything else, it helps support our channel and get us more popular out there. So appreciate everyone. Have a good one.